Today we find ourselves up here just north of the United States. That's right, we're in Canada. We're in Ontario, just north of Oshawa. About to check out Project 15, a private course. Heard good stuff about it, so let's check it out. We're gonna have 18 holes. This is one of the 3 courses that we're playing for the Canadian Nationals this coming weekend. So here's gonna be a little practice guide and my thoughts on Project 15. Thanks for watching. Okay, hole 1's like 640 something feet, or a little over 600, I think. Headwind. I'm gonna go hyzer flip wraith. Gotta be a par 4. Ooh, there's a decent flight. Finished a little left, but I think I'm inside the rock wall fairway. Short chip up, chance for birdie. Let's go. Little pick your poison approach. I'm gonna go a little flex with the slammer. Oh, not enough flex. All right, we botched the approach a little bit here. Start us off at Project 15, but there is a chance. Nice little hyzer putt window. Do the pine straw shuffle and then give it a chunk. Fade. Oh, didn't think I could miss left. That's one of those weird lies where you can't really like see the basket while you're loading up. If you know, you know. Definitely a little bit of a softer par 4 here to start, but it does bottleneck down to where you need to control your drive. It baits you to try to get past the rock wall. I like it as a starter. It's a good hole. So in an effort to not disturb the neighbors or the owners, there's a lot of please be quiet signs out here, so don't abuse that, you know. Try to respect the owners and have some enjoyable but respectful fun. Hole 2, par 3. Here at Project 15. You got a ditch on the left side that looks like might be water down in there. Hard to tell, can't see from here. "305 feet. I'm not using U-Disc because I need to use my phone to film, but it's probably a good asset to have on a course like this with the T signs not having it. So use U-Disc when you need it. If not, rangefinder is always good. 305 here. I'm debating between MV and MD3. It's probably an MV shot. Because it looks kind of like it drops off behind the basket. Short run up, so I gotta get my steps right. Oh, do we get the steps right, you guys? Almost rung that thing up. Let's go. Gotta putt for birdie. Very picturesque green. You can see this big chasm you throw over. Got a little valley down below. No out of bounds on this course, so play everything as it lies. All right, here's the MV. Hit right about at the basket or just short of it and skip long. Dice words, look. Alright, 2 down. 1 down through 2, I mean to say. Time to get on the birdie train. We got like a little mountain bike trail to the next hole. I get some Lord of the Rings vibes here. I'm digging this. Tripod's a little wide. Time to throw back across the chasm here. Hole 3. Par 5. Out into the open. And I'm assuming down to the right. Seems like a safe bet. Pretty stiff headwind right now. So I'm going to take my stable nuke, rip it out there on some Annie on this right side gap and let it fade back. And just hope that the fairway shapes the way I think it does. Or you just clip the middle tree and don't get any distance off the tee. This run-up's a little bit short, so I kind of let it get me a touch. You know what? I'm going to try bombing one with the Wraith and see. Take the risk and see if it does anything. If I can crest to the right and not fade back slowly. Okay, if the hole goes down to the right, that might be the play, because that's going to be way down there. Loving these little transitions. Fastest boy. Okay, once you've crested this hill that you can see off the tee, it doesn't really drop off, kind of slowly levels off back here. Slopes down towards this beautiful entrance into the fairway gap. I'm gonna take that Wraith shot. The nuke was just a flare just to see what was happening up there, make sure we were clear for blast off. Now I just gotta find where the Wraith got to. Felt like a bomb. And I'm still looking. Yell at me if you see it. We'll be back to you guys. Alright, turns out after looking for 25 minutes, my disc is suspended in this tiny, and spiky little tree. So, some kind of spiky juniper. Might be good to wear pants out here. Ow, getting stabbed right now. I'm gonna try like a turnout roller. Stable hatchet, turnout roller. I'm just gonna send it. This one's a par 5, so probably don't need this, but we want it. It just cuts up a little bit. Did not cut up. Doing the most. See you for toast. If we got a chance to get the birdie and boast. Okay, gave myself another kind of brutal lie in one of these needle junipers. That's about all I got stance wise. I'm gonna throw a Flippy Explorer. If I can get a putt, I'd be so happy. Giving myself tough lies on this open par 5. Oh, if that would just flip a little more. Oh, it did. Okay, we're up there for a long putt. I'll take that, honestly. How bad I played this hole. Just a little more on it. Oh, close. It's a rocky over here. I don't know what kind of rock this is. Slightly elevated basket here on the par 5. I like it, it's a good hole. Pretty simple look at birdie. Eagle's doable if you get aggressive. Par is pretty easy if you mess up. Hole 4, par 3, one of the most beautiful holes I've ever seen, honestly. Look at this par 3. So good. You got this big old oak or maple branch coming across, creating this horizontal challenge on an otherwise short and wide open hole. Kind of really making it feel crowded when, if you think about it, there's still so much room to work with, whether it's above or below that branch. You're going to have to go above to get the ace run unless you get some kind of lucky skip action or just absolutely laser beam beforehand. So over the branch on a touch of Annie with a disc like the Luna, I think is going to be the best chance to give this one a realistic chance at ace while still being a good golf line. There you go, I showed it exactly how left you can miss and still have a birdie look on this hole. Tell me that tree isn't one of the coolest trees you've ever seen as a disc golf obstacle. Not gonna lie, Canada so far has some of the best disc golf trees of my lifetime. The willow tree at Cedar Creek that I'm gonna show to you guys probably in tomorrow's video. Wow, get ready for it. And I think the old goat has some formidable trees as well. Out of the bushes, from under the tree for birdie. Natural habitat in the trees. It's me. Let's go. Hole 5, another very picturesque hole. I feel like if you have the resources like these rocks throughout your property, or even all this down timber to stack it up and make walls throughout the course, it creates such a good visual and really brings the eye to some of the key focal points of the beauty of the land versus just leaving it unkempt and then you kind of, everything blurs together, I like to say. Whereas if you create those little walls, not only do you create some habitat for the local wildlife and those beneficial insects and everything, but you create the visuals that keep the people coming back. A little over 400 feet, about 410 here. Really demanding shape because you have to keep it pretty straight the entire time. Not a lot of width to work with here. And not an endless ceiling. You do have this higher pocket of ceiling towards the left side of the gap. But as you work the disc, you want it to move a little bit to the right to avoid that hairy stuff on the left side. Upslope allows you to play faster than you might on some other 410-foot shots. So I'm going to go Wraith, hyzer flip. Really just try to get it there. Really just try to get it there. Come on now. Come on. What a line. Ooh, you gotta love when you make a first time read like that and then execute. Would you just look at it? Would you look at it? From the gold or bronze tee, depending on how you view this color. We got a par 4 in hole 6. Not sure how far. It doesn't look super far. Could be eagleable if you just threw the dreamiest hyzer flip line. I've got Explorer and Wraith in my hand. Got the Angel and Devil kind of talking me into which one that I should throw. With the Angel being the slower disc in the Explorer, Devil being the Wraith, which I'm choosing. Just threw it on a good line on the last hole. Take that rhythm. Attack this one on a hyzer flip. Plus, I don't think it'll want to work right as much as the Explorer, and that could be good on this one. Let's see. Oh, you guys. The Devil on the shoulder. That thing is up there putting. Uh-oh. What do I do with the magnet for this? We got a magnet on the loose. Good thing we got video evidence to see where it is. Wraith showcasing why sometimes it's worth it to take that risk. Okay. Not all these big rocks are firm. I'm going to test these ones out, just make sure I got a safe landing. Because the footing is a bit treacherous out here. Gotta send this one. Send it home for the big bird. I mean, if it was a normal height basket, that was hardened. But we tried, y'all. We tried. Is this that same disc I saw earlier? Maybe they picked it up and stashed it. That makes sense. You like that little trick? Hole 7, par 3. Only 250 or so feet. Straight ahead here. Sizable gap off the tee, but it kind of tightens up the closer you get, and then that last little gap in front of the basket looks to be only about 5 feet wide. A doorway, if you will. Looking at that ace. I'm going the Blue Faith. Take your favorite straight throwing putter. Keep those eyes down the gap. Give it a little commitment. Hey, hit the gap. Slid it up. No ace chance, but we'll take an easy birdie and a gap alignment check any day. Bag on putts have never been easier than when you're wearing the comfortable Squatch Legend. Comfortable yet roomy. I got 31 dogs in this pupper, you know what I'm saying? And all the bells and whistles. Hole 8, par 5. Not sure how eagleable it is or how far it is. Can't quite see the basket from the tee. But one thing you can tell is that the thick rough on either side is going to dissuade you from throwing the faster option out of your choices off the tee here. Maybe bump down to something like a nice Explorer. Just put this one back in the bag. Actually stole it from my brother's cart. Thanks, Cal. Put it on some hyzer. Let it stand up. Get around that corner. Let's see what we got. There's that stand. Now I need it to fade. Oh, barely faded. I'm hugging the right side. Took me a while to get to that back wall, so maybe I will flirt with one driver shot. See if it feels worth it. See where this destroyer gets to. Now we're looking at a tough scramble. If we want a birdie, it's going to be asking a lot out of this shot right here. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh my gosh, of course. Then there's a branch. Ready to snuff all hope. There's always throw in. Indeed, there's always a throw-in. I think this little piece of PVC might mean 200 feet to the basket. Blue Faith, work your magic. Blue Faith, work your magic. Blue Faith, work your magic! Come on! Is that the nastiest birdie this hole has ever seen? Gotta be. Man, I told y'all there's always a chance at a throw in. What do they say? Hope dies last. Especially when you got faith. Ooh! Magic! We got us some millipede sighting here on the tee of 9. A nice tasty par 3 just staring at us right there. 322 straight ahead, woods on either side, pretty sizable gap. I'm gonna go envy so I can give it a chance. A little bit overturned, but it's a good disc selection. Find myself in circle 1, got a putt. Blend this one a little bit to the right, but look at this. Chose the proper disc. Gap alignment, good enough. Saving the ace for tournament. That's what the kids say, right? We are on to the back 9, starting with a par 5 here. I think I see the basket though. Or I see something up there, not really sure what. Maybe it's a Mando sign, I don't know. Either way, first shot, gotta be straight. Straight, straight, straight. Pink Explorer. See if it's flight changed any after that last tree hit. And it's drifting a little bit right on me. But it fought back. Seems like it's on the walking path or something over there. Let's go see. Maybe one more with the Wraith. Because this might be a Wraith hole. There's a lot of space to work with here. Yeah. A lot of space. That's about as left as I'll ever get with the Wraith, and we'll see how that is too. This might be one of those par 5 for some divisions, par 4 for others type action. Either way, going to be eagleable with some sort of chip in, probably. Might as well throw another one in with this Blue Faith. Back to back. Not even close, you guys. Could have gone forehand Explorer better than that. Maybe I should have thrown forehand. For birdie. Oh yeah. Absolute softball. The basket saved me from the anguish of the circle 2, or of the player 2 blues. Hole 11, par 3. Not sure the distance exactly. I'm just going to try MD3. Straight at it. See what that nets us. Little left, but that'll be a good distance gauge because that was like chain high. I think that'll be putting. Might have slipped left, but distance was right. Depth perception checks out. We got us a blind shot here, par 3, hole 12. Not sure how far left you got to get. But seeing as I can't see the basket, I'm going to try to get left of the basket. Nuke OS. Going for the big flare skip. This little flies keep landing in my eyes. Rude. Oh. That felt really good. Let's see how demanding this hole is, or if that's gauged perfectly. Just the cutest thing you've ever seen. Little chipmunk with its little cheeks full. Not sure if this is supposed to be a par 3 or a par 4, but looks like a short par 4 or an impossible par 3. We'll find out. Well, I chipped my disc out to where I thought a good drive might land now that I'm trying to finish straighter here, knowing this is some short par 4. Not a par 3 where I got to get left around the corner because it said blind shot. But anyways, chipping for birdie or a pseudo eagle, depending on what you want to call it. Yeah, you know, chip up. Easy in from there. These spiky junipers definitely make the lies a little trickier. Whoa. 13, par 3. Up into the woods, tucked to the right. A little bit of upslope as you get into those woods that guard the basket. Can definitely go forehand or backhand, but my backhand gap hitting is just feeling really good. So I'm going to take understable mid-range with this lobster. Hyzer flip it, get the late turn. Lobster found its way all the way through. And you know what? Maybe I should prescribe to the school of thought of just throwing the MD3, giving myself a putt from the left side. Don't have to perfect this one. I mean, look at that. Dead straight shot. Never going to ace it, but I'm up there putting every time. Maybe, just maybe, I should do that. Well, I figured out not only is it better just to play the straight shot here, but once you get up here, you realize this hole's a lot further up the hill than you think it is. A lot further tucked back into this gap. It looks like once you get to the gap, you're like beyond halfway, but you're probably only halfway, really. So, longer flight than you expect here. Definitely liking this MD3 play, seeing where this one got to. Hanging basket. Oh my gosh. Thought I cashed it, to be honest. The hanger got me. Now just make sure to swing it for the next person. Oh, sorry, I got stuck on that. Oh, are you good to putt? Yeah, okay, go ahead. Don't worry, I'm not a heathen. Just trying to be a funny guy. We got us a par 4, yay. Looks like you're gonna snake it up to the hill, down to the right. I'm gonna try a roller here, because I think it might break this hole, to tell you the truth. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. Broke myself. Probably a forehand if we're being real. Ooh. Crest of the hill. That's feeling like a pretty good play. One more with the flippy yellow hatchet just to make sure that the roller is not the play, because it might be. Especially with that one, I can hyzer flip it. Land it a little further. No, it's a crazy man's play. Forehand it. 14 definitely seems attackable. If you play a crazy roller, maybe get over there for a long eagle look, but I think the way that the green is pretty guarded regardless of how you attack it. I'm just gonna play this forehand, try to get to here, and then you can try to chip one in, or slam one in, should I say. Slam one in, slam one in. Oh! Almost had another throw in, you guys. What are we doing? We're dialed is what we're doing. We're practicing. Canadian champion right here. Not too far along, you got a small little grove of sumac, so you can't just go running this one. Alright, Con? Yes, you can though. Because you need all the strokes you can get. Safely, at least. Safely, aggressively. Hole 15, par 4. Out of the woods, into the open. Not sure what it looks like. So I'm going to go nuke on a high hyzer. Go from there. See if that's too far left or if it's as good as I think it might be. Not really sure what we're supposed to do from here. See, it goes up there. Kind of dilly-dallies around the bunker or something. I'm just going to try to make it happen. I'm going to throw a nuke. One more again. No, I know I got to be a little flatter out of the hand off the tee. It's a pretty narrow fairway. Judging by my very small amount of knowledge about this hole, I think, or I hope that's inbound. Alright, there's the basket down there. Kind of a tricky spot, but I'd say doable. Spike hyzer putt with the spike hyzer stall putt with the slammer. Not gonna do it. It was a nuke putt all along, you know. I'll try to be quiet when I bang chains out on this par save. No promises though. Four times with the slammer, it's luck. Definitely not luck. Hole 16, par 4, fly it out straight, then bend off to the right. Not really sure what happens after that. I was thinking forehand, but on second thought, I'm just going to cut the hole in half. See what we got from the midway point. Go Athena into the headwind. A little squeaky there. Kind of lucky. I'm gonna try one more with the Explorer. That's probably a better angle to hit. Oh my gosh, yeah. That's the disc right here. A little bit of drift right. Don't have to force the flex. Ding ding. The more I play this course, the more it's telling me you don't have to do a ton off these tees to give yourself an upshot for birdie. Got a chip in from probably 150 feet or so. Socky Bomb Slammer is unimpeded, so I'm liking that forehand line here. You know, I thought I shanked my way into a park job birdie, but I'm glad that I didn't, because this is a range here in Circle 2 I've been trying to work on. So what better way to practice it than in practice? Got it, player A. Let's go. Alright, hole 17, you're going to want to approach quietly. Get a read on what the wind's doing. Deep drop off behind the basket, so you're going to want to come in gentle, as well as speak gentle while you're on the tee box, and when you score an ace. I'm going to go savior on a little baby hyzer at it. So I'm thinking that's a good way to get a straight flight, ensure some finish left. Let's try it out. Straight flight, little finish left, and we got a putt. Caught my foot on the bag. Alright, just outside circle here. Sometimes it's smart to walk up and just take a look. Know what you're getting into, so you don't have any second thoughts. Okay, not too bad back there. Definitely gonna roll a bit, but kind of levels out after a few feet, so full Cindy's. One final par 4 to end us off here. I'm gonna go nuke off the tee. Will it be short? Will it be long? We will see. Definitely some crammed feeling tees out here in a couple spots. Kind of half swung it right there. I'm gonna do it again. Kind of noticed that this tree on the right of the tee is a little bit in the way.
What's your layups for the other course? Same as you. Oh, okay. This is weird. I don't know why they made this easier. That is really weird. They changed a bunch of the basket locations here too. Yeah, to make them easier.
Right in the middle. Maybe it's a lot longer of a shape than I think. I'm gonna go cloud breaker here. Okay, that felt really good. We got options. I don't know if y'all can see, but the 200-foot stake here is a really good visual. I'm definitely gonna try to put my drive within like 10-15 feet of that, because then you'll have vision on the basket. I'm tucked left. Spike Annie with the savior. Mwomp. One last heave. One last act of heroics. I like this. It's a good finisher. You gotta throw a really good drive to have an easy upshot. If not, the upshot will be a little bit more guarded. So, forces the player to throw a good drive and then still throw a techy little upshot. More uphill than it looks here on the final hole. I'll tell you that much. Nah, just making excuses for my lousy first putt attempt. Here at Project 15, you're definitely going to be looking to score low, attack those tee shots, but keep them in the middle more so than biting off all the distance you can. You're going to leave yourself with easy upshots and a lot of birdie opportunities. Probably going to be the most scoring friendly course, I would guess, out of the 3 for MPO, but we'll have to wait and see. Come check out Cedar Creek tomorrow and the Oat Goat the next day. We'll see you there.